Hi, my name's Sarah Donoghue and welcome to Project Fitness TV. And I thought what we'd do in this episode is have a look at manageable goals in training. Because of course, for something to be manageable, it needs to be sustainable. And it's all about having something that's sustainable, that you enjoy, that you can continue with. Now, fitness is very different for everyone. Some people barely go out of the house, so even getting out of the house and having a short walk in the park is something, it's moving forward, it's getting you up and getting you moving. And of course, there's people that are out there that are in their 40s and 50s that are already running marathons. So fitness is different for everyone, and that's really what makes this world so beautiful, is the fact that everybody is so different. So let's take a look about fitness for people in their 40s and 50s. For those of us that have trained most of our lives, we do feel that we're peaking with mental fitness in our late 30s and our 40s. And that could be for any number of reasons, even from the kids moving out and suddenly you have more freedom to do more things and you feel stronger and you have more time. Now, as we get older, we tend to do more endurance sports, those that have always trained since childhood. But we tend to go into endurance sports. And one of the reasons for that is if you're a sprinter, you're more likely to be a very good sprinter when you're younger because of your fast twitch muscles. And as we get older, those fast twitch just aren't as fast anymore. So endurance is really important. And also, if you do fast twitch, if you've got fast twitch and you're a sprinter, you're in the limelight all the time. Well, sometimes we don't want to be in the limelight. And if you do something like a marathon or a triathlon, there's hundreds, if not thousands of people about your age as well doing these things, so you can kind of disappear in the cascade of people as well. And it's not so much about winning when you get older either. It's not about winning, it's about competing, it's about taking part, and it's about completing a marathon or a triathlon or any endurance sport. And that takes a lot of mental fitness. So with the right mindset, you can have a sustainable and manageable goal. So what is it that you want? You are starting at the very beginning. You very rarely go out of the house. You maybe eat junk food. You might even smoke. And far be it from me to tell you not to eat junk food and not to smoke. Just do everything in moderation, but look after your health. But as I say, you don't really go out much, you don't do much, but you want to get moving. So what do? Well, set yourself a goal of making sure you go out for a walk once a day. Even join a Zumba class to get you moving, because there's so many other people in Zumba classes that are starting from scratch. My mum now goes to Zumba and she's 74 years old. And remember, you're never too old to do Zumba. So she's 74 years old and she's just had a new knee fitting. So she is getting moving. So something like Zumba is good, but just getting the air in your lungs and getting out is really, really important. And sometimes you just need to take baby steps. If you're nervous about going out and joining a class and you feel that you're not ready for that, then don't worry. Here at Project Fitness TV, just type in the search bar what it is you want to look at. Maybe you want to look at Zumba and you can do it at home and there's an instructor right there on your screen. Or maybe it's yoga, and again, you can follow the instructor. We've got everything here. You just type it in the search tool, and then that gets you used to something, and then you understand what it is before you eventually feel okay about going to a class. So don't worry if you're nervous about going to a class. You don't need to go to one, or at least don't go to one at first. For those of us that are already quite active and we fancy a challenge, so we fancy doing a 5k or a 10k, then that's great. Just train for that. A 5k or a 10k is very, very manageable. Now, if you are worried about it or you've got any injuries at all, then when you do a 5k, you can in fact walk it. There are so many people, there's thousands of people do these, and many of them walk it, and some of them even walk it with their kids and their family. So you can actually walk it just to see how it feels. Maybe even as you train for it on your first time out, remember the good footwear, go in the park and measure out 5 kilometers walking, because if you do measure it walking, you will know what it is like when you run it. You will know that distance. So you can do that. And if you find a 5K quite easy and you think, you know what, I can carry on, then move it up to 10K. But a 5 or a 10K is a great way to start doing some form of competition. It's difficult being specific because there's so many people out there with so many different goals on all different levels of fitness. Now, the important thing is only set one goal at a time. Make sure that goal is attainable. So if you've never been out of the house or you only go for a walk in the park, don't think you can run a marathon. And the most important thing is be flexible about that goal. So if you're a newcomer to this and you think, I'm going to run a 10K, if you can't run a 10K, don't be disappointed. Try running a 5K. So you must be flexible all the time. Just remember, don't run before you can walk, because this can upset your positivity. And that's the last thing that you want to happen. For something to be sustainable, it has to be manageable. You have to enjoy it. You don't want to put yourself off it at all. That would be the worst thing. So, as I've said before, take baby steps. Make sure you enjoy it. Don't run yourself ragged so you're totally out of breath and your knees hurt and everything hurts and you think, oh, I'm not going to do that again. It was awful. If you're training and you need to take a break, take a break. If you're training for a 5K or a 10K, train well in advance. Walk it first so you can know what it feels like. And also, remember there's certain foods out there that are power foods as well that actually make you feel great. So if you've got a life of junk food, those don't give you any energy. It's just empty calories. So there are power foods out there as well. And remember, the more you train, the more you will eat. So don't worry if your appetite's gone up. That's natural. So don't worry about that. As well as your appetite going up, your calories will be being burned off as well. So remember that your metabolic rate will have speeded up. So don't worry that you're eating more. Your metabolic rate will sort that out. Well, I hope that's helped you somewhat. So it's all about it being manageable, it being sustainable, and it's all about baby steps, no matter what you want to do. If it's just getting ready and managing to go out to the park for a walk, or whether it's a 5K or a 10K. And even if you're at the point where you think, do you know what, I've done a 10K, I'm going to try a half marathon, then try the half marathon. So always knock it up a notch. And I think that's brilliant if you do that. Who knows? In a year, you might be running a whole marathon. And remember, if you need to walk at any time during any of these, you can, because there's a sea of people and you don't need to be embarrassed, because it's about finishing something. It's about completion. It's not about winning. And that is the important part. Thanks for watching.